his cap hit is going to be. That cap hit includes signing bonuses, guaranteed money, workout bonuses, everything. His base salary, it has everything across the board. And if you even click on the player, it will break down what that contract is and how he's getting what. So if he's showing up to a mini camp and he's getting $1 million bonus because he's going to a mini camp, it will tell you over the cap is off sometimes by like 10 or 20,000, which isn't much. I don't use Sport Track because of the fact it has been off by millions the past 4 years on a lot of contracts, and it's led a lot of people down the wrong road. That's one of the sites that kind of sits there and tries to make Rodgers look bad. So I'm pretty sure there's like a Patriots or a Bears fan running that site because it always has Rodgers contracts make it look really bad when it's not. If you want the true ones, go to overthecap.com. You can look 4 years ahead. They have tabs of current year 2019 going to 2024 if they have people signed that year. And also, you can actually go in and select on those team sites. Like if you select if you want to see what people's salaries are going to change to after the post June 1st, you can select cut post June 1st or trade post June 1st. So you can see if a team can benefit from waiting to cut or trade a player. You can go ahead and go into the over the cap. Also, this is what's really cool. You can go to a free agency calculator. You can go plug players in that you think the team should sign and actually add up and see if you can get under the cap yourself. They have actual contracts put in. So, like, they have contract rates, everything for rookies and, like, vet minimums. It has everything, folks.
Dave,
so that's why I always recommend.
I want to direct your energy because you're still doing a great job. So I'm going to direct your energy in a spot.
ADD? What?
Yeah. I'm going to direct your energy in a spot that I was going to take it, but you're on a roll, so I'm going to let you keep on. The way that the Packers do their deals here. Explain to people how that works compared to what you're seeing with other deals, because you and I both know these deals are 4-year deals, but they're really 2-year deals with the money paid up front and stretched out over 4 years with an out after 2. So get into that real quick about that, because then we're going to get into. I don't think Jimmy Graham is actually safe yet. Go ahead.
Russ Ball is a great director of finances. He has taken guys I'm going to use, for example, we just got Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith, Adrian Amos, and Billy Turner. I went and looked at their next 2 years, and they all get paid low salaries for the next 2 years, and they're backloaded, but they're getting guaranteed money. And how guaranteed money works, it's only a percentage of that goes towards the cap. So that's why when you see a person gets $100 million guaranteed money or a $60 million signing bonus, only a percentage goes to that. That's how the NFL rules work. So what Russ Ball did, he front loaded a lot of contracts that we just got. And he's going to go ahead and if we say, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but say Preston Smith doesn't work out. Say he plays 2 years, we give him a shot. Preston Smith is due $16 million in year 3. And same thing with the Darius. The Darius is up there in $20 million in year 3. So say they're not producing. We have the option to back out of those and save a ton of money. Like that's what we can do. Like we can go through and wait till the cut post June 1st of the trade.
Contract.
Yes, basically. And the thing is say Jimmy Graham, they're giving him another chance.
That's the only one that doesn't fit the bill, actually. The Jimmy contract baffles me because it's the absolute anomaly in the rule to how they do contracts. And if you're Jimmy Graham, he has got to be cutting his agent an extra big fat check, because his agent went into Green Bay and worked some freaking magic. Because that's why I don't think Jimmy Graham's safe yet. I'm just going to redirect you again. Because of Jimmy Graham,
well,
I believe. Tell me this if I'm wrong, Dave, because the numbers I have could be wrong because I wasn't using your site that you were talking about before. So my numbers could be wrong. But the way the Jimmy Graham contract is structured, from what I understand, if they don't cut him this year, they're basically stuck with him because it's kind of like the situation with the Antonio Brown. There's no real cap relief of cutting him next year. You're just cutting him and you're losing that money plus the player. This year, at least,
no.
there if you cut him, there's still, even though it's not great, there's still like a $3 or $4 million cap relief compared to cap penalty. Am I right?
So with that, this year they're kind of it's actually backwards. I'm staring at it right now, and it says pre-cut June 1st for Jimmy Graham. If we cut him pre-June 1st, we take a 12 million cap hit, and we only save like 300,000. If we cut him post June 1st, we only take 8 million hit, and then gain 4 million in cap. But the thing is I think the reason why they're hanging on to him, I just looked at 2020 while you were talking, Jay, and right now, if they go into this year and try to correct Jimmy Graham playing for LaFleur's offense, which if they give him another shot, I don't mind it because last year McCarthy's system was not friendly to tight ends. I agree with that because Mercedes Lewis brought that up, and it really wasn't friendly to tight ends, especially with the talent we had there.
It wasn't friendly to anybody.
LaFleur,
let's be clear.
Well, LaFleur, no, I got that, but LaFleur's offense uses tight ends a lot and in different aspects. That's why I love they picked up Sternberger because he's basically a Jimmy Graham that runs faster in the slot and can stretch the field down the field. So right now, anyways, Jimmy, yes, Andy can block. He only had 33 blocks last year. He only gave up 2 pressures. So I don't know why people think that he can't. Anyways, Jimmy Graham has a hit of 11 cap in 2020. If we cut him pre-June 1st, we save $8 million. So we can use him for a year, basically renting him out for one more year, getting use out of him, seeing if we can get some late magic in his career, and then dump him next year and save $8 million. So $8 million added on the 39, 47. Guess what? The $10 million cap bump to $200 million in 2020 will put us at about $57 million in cap.
And can we stop the idea of let's get rid of Brian Bulaga now? If anybody on the offensive line is
Bulaga's been stud for us when he's healthy.
No, but the only person it's kind of it's goofy. It makes me laugh because if there's one offensive lineman right now that's on the cutting block and should be nervous, it's not Brian Bulaga. It's
Lane Taylor.
Yeah, like I said before the draft, before we drafted the guy that I think he has to actually. I actually think right now Jenkins is number 1 on the depth chart. Whether they'll admit it right now or not, I think that coaching staff.
He has to.
Because Lane Taylor is not a stud, guys, and he was an undrafted free agent. And the way you look at that Jenkins on tape and everything that you read about him from the multitude of scouting reports, all you gotta do is Google it. You don't believe me. The dude is they all agree that whether you like all of his game or not, that he's a plug and play guard right now, and the only guard position he hasn't played is the right one. So where the hell do you think they're going to start a rookie? Put him in a position he's never played when he's played 4 of the 5 positions, or try to put him in the one position he hasn't as a rookie when you drafted him 44 overall? Like, what do you think a new head coach and a new scheme trying to get people to buy in with young talent is going to do? It's kind of common sense. So I don't know.
Also, too, Lane Taylor takes a $6 million cap hit next year, and I don't think he just needs that money, especially with the amount of pressures and sacks he's given up. When we can cut him and get, since we have Cole Madison back and have Billy Turner, we have 2 guys behind him. So Lane Taylor's expendable, and he saves us $4.5 million if we cut him after the season. So, or anywhere before pre-June 1st.
I almost think he's going to be a sitting where it's like all of a sudden right at the end of camp, you're like, it's just out of nowhere, you know? They just let him go.
I think if Jenkins shows he can play, if Madison shows he can play, same thing with Turner, I think you'll see Lane Taylor possibly released.
It's not going to be Brian Bulaga. Let's just be clear, people. Like,
no.
You can get over the Brian Bulaga. It's not happening. And I don't think Tramon Williams is going unless they go out and sign a guy like Trey Boston, because Trey Boston then frees up Darnell Savage to be able to play that nickel corner, which he has done before, and instead of always having to play the deep third, which gives you Jair Alexander and Savage playing just like it just gives you a lot of versatility. And then I can see you getting the money back from Tramon just to, that. But otherwise, I don't think there's really any other guys that are need to be nervous besides maybe for sure Lane Taylor and
You
depending
know,
on if
I
they bring
actually
in a
have a nervous.
veteran Tremont
I have a
Williams.
nervous guy that I think people should take notice on. Mason Crosby, who's almost making $5 million this year. The Packers have brought in another. They brought in 2 kickers, and I think they're trying to get him to up his game because they're not afraid to pull the trigger on special teams. Because the punter before we got just our J.K. Scott last year, he was a top 10 punter, and we got rid of him. So they're not afraid to pull the trigger on letting people go.
Look, I like Crosby, and I know he's a good friend of the quarterback. But at the
The
same
5
time,
missed kicks was a huge
at
thing
the
in
same
Detroit.
time, for the amount of money they're paying him, I mean, this is just about being real, okay? We're not like
That's
I'm
Adam
not trying to
Vinatieri
be a
money.
fan right now. I'm trying to be honest about the smart business moves of how a GM is. That's the only difference we're trying to be here. Like maybe as fans, Dave and I we think differently because fans are fans, but we're trying to just be honest here about how we would project the business side of it. When you look at the business side of it, age versus money versus production, you can get rid of Crosby if you're comfortable with a young kid that's even producing the same because the money is going to be greatly cheaper
We
with
saved
the young
$3.6
kid.
million in cap off of Crosby.
This
$3.6
has
million.
nothing to do with whether I agree. I like Crosby and I think he's dependable, but like just from a business standpoint, yes, he should be nervous. That's a good point, Dave.
Yeah, that's my nervous guy is he single-handedly had a couple games last year, and one specifically with the Detroit game. You go look at it, he doesn't even make all 5 kicks. If he makes 2 out of those 4 field goals, we're in the game and we're less than touchdown away. And you know Rodgers, once he has less than a touchdown to try and put points on the board, he's going for that end zone.
And can we stop with the we should have thrown games and Rodgers shouldn't have been playing?
Oh my God! Look, dude, that
I don't want to watch
beyond
those
belief.
games then. Honestly, my wife still gets pissed as hell at me even when we were like the season was over because I'm still screaming at him because I'm that competitive. Like I don't, as a fan, if I knew that, I'm not turning on the game, and I'd be pissed because that's what I'm like. I'm getting routinish, and that's part of my weekly routine in football season. So like that would take the enjoyment of my Sundays out, and it would irritate me. I don't
I'm
care
so
about
glad they went out and beat the Jets in Week 16 because it showed they had fight left. It shows the team cares, and the people who cared, if you noticed, are still on the team. Guys
I'm
like
just not
Cobb
that fan. I guess is all I'm saying, Dave.
Sorry. No. I'm the same way. I don't want them to lose either. I loved that they came out and showed the fight.
Yeah,
I loved it. I want them to go in and out every week. I don't care if it's a losing season or not. To me, you're getting paid that much money, dude. Go out and frickin' play, man. Like that's what kills me.
Okay, we got 1:45 left. Let's remind everybody to follow us. We have it's at First and Goal Podcast 33 for Facebook. At First and Goal Pod on Twitter. Search us on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, First and Goal, Tumblr. Get us on the Spreaker app. You can follow us or even listen on the embedded players there. And any of the links on the Facebook page, it's the First and Goal Podcast on Facebook there. The old thing, get us, follow us, like us, share us, retweet us, send us your questions, your comments.
How much time we got, Jay?
Positive. We got a minute left. What do you want to say?
I'm going to say this, folks. Quick cap thing. Quick. All I'm going to say is the fact that Rodgers, we said that the cap max goes up $10 million, right? He only takes a $6 million bump to go from 19 to 20. Guess what? Our quarterback actually can save this room $4 million that else to work with once the cap goes up as well. So, I mean, the fact that that's dead to me, that's dead to Jay probably, is this cap hit that Rodgers supposedly is team friendly. His agent and Russ Ball made sure his contract didn't rise with inflation. It stayed the same rate.
No, and that was my point. Essentially, in 3 years with the cap increases, he's basically free. I mean, that's about what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He stays the same rate. There's no inflation.
10 seconds. Thanks a lot, folks. Love you guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Go
We had
Pack,
some
go
great guests.
baby!
Go Pack, go.